Well, good Sunday morning, everyone. Let's jump right into the tropics. This is Tropical Depression 10. It is located just off the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula right now, producing quite a bit of storms and heavy rain right in the Yucatan Channel, but it's also grazing parts of western Cuba right now, producing winds of 35 miles per hour. So it's probably going to strengthen into a tropical storm later today. Tropical storm Idalia on the horizon for later Sunday. And then eventually, as it gets into the eastern Gulf of Mexico, will likely strengthen into a Category 1 hurricane before likely making landfall along the Big Bend coastline. But you notice the cone covers from Tampa Bay all the way to Panama City Beach. So the eventual landfall can certainly change up a bit in the next few days. So it's something that we'll have to closely watch. But here in southeastern Louisiana and South Mississippi, this is going to likely stay to our east and move towards Florida. Now, there are going to be some hurricane hunters and aircraft reconnaissance getting into the storm today to get better information so we can analyze that and see how this is going to play out in the coming days. So let's go and see what the Euro has to say. It stayed pretty consistent run after run, strengthening into a tropical storm, eventually a hurricane, and then moving into the Big Bend of Florida. But you noticed on the east side of the storm where you get the bigger impacts can move into places like Tampa Bay and along the nature coast of Florida. And then it'll eventually move out into the southeastern United States, heading into the second half of the work week. So impacts for Florida look like late Tuesday into Wednesday. That's the Euro. What the GFS has, pretty similar stuff. Gets into the Gulf of Mexico, strengthens into a hurricane, possibly a Category 1. We'll have to really closely monitor the potential for rapid intensification since the Gulf is so incredibly warm. But it looks like landfall into Wednesday, Tuesday into Wednesday, more so Wednesday for the Big Bend of Florida, and then eventually skirting off into the southeastern U.S., Georgia into the Carolinas, going Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The reason why it's kind of getting picked up in this northeasterly direction, a trough is going to dip down into the eastern seaboard and take it in that direction going into the work week. And our computer models, our spaghetti plots, stay pretty consistent and in line that it curves along the Big Bend coastline. Maybe it's the western Big Bend, maybe it's the eastern Big Bend. This is something we're really going to have to take a few days to hone in on those details as each day and each forecast kind of unfolds. But right now, rainfall totals, the heftiest are along the western peninsula, stretching all the way up to Panama City Beach through Tallahassee, South Georgia, all the way into the Carolinas from this system. Now here at home, we can see some good steady and soaking rain tomorrow and Tuesday from a weak front. So not from this tropical disturbance and likely tropical storm that it will become later today, and then hurricane eventually going into Tuesday. Besides 10, we have Franklin out in the open Atlantic Ocean. That's expected to strengthen into a major hurricane in the coming days and move towards Bermuda. So they're going to have to closely monitor that going into the next few days. Other areas to watch, don't have to worry about those. So here at home, little to no impacts. Maybe a little breezy along our coastline heading into Tuesday and Wednesday, but make sure you stay tuned for the latest because things, of course, can change. What's coming our way is this weak front that will prompt the rain and storms tomorrow and Tuesday, and it can bring us some slightly drier air going into Wednesday and Thursday. And also the tropical system will kind of help bring that drier air in as well. So for Monday, that's probably going to be our wettest day. We'll see some good, steady and soaking rain throughout the course of your Monday afternoon and evening. Heavier downpours, maybe some stronger wind gusts. So Monday we'll see a welcome change with that rain. Tuesday as well, we'll see some scattered showers and storms. Scorching hot today, lower temperatures to come in the lower 90s this week. Monday and Tuesday will probably be our wettest days, but we do keep the chance of rain in the forecast and lower temperatures finally going into the new week.